Hey everyone, it's Kristin with Somatics. In this video, I'm going to share some hula hoop tricks that you can take outside and have some fun with, and it's a great way to integrate your somatic movements that you're doing on the floor. This video goes out to my classmates up in Canada that we just finished our training, and we did this on the last week, and they really enjoyed it, and they wanted a refresher, and I thought I'd share it with you too. So let's get started. First up is waist hooping. You're going to put the hoop kind of in the groove of your low back, give it a little shove, and around it goes. So remember, you're trying to move the part of the body that the hoop is going around, and it's not so much that you're going around in a circle, you're actually doing a little bit of a back and forth motion, or if you stagger your feet wide, you're going side to side. So foot forward a little bit, back and forth with the hips, and practice it in both directions. Basic waist hooping. Next move is orbit. Overhand grip, and you're going to take the hoop around behind you. So remember, overhand grip is crucial. You want to avoid twisting the hoop or passing it underhand, because this orbit move is going to lead into some of the others. So practice that orbit in both directions, and remember the chest needs to open to pass the hoop behind you. Overhand grip, palms facing towards the body as the hoop goes around. That's the orbit. From orbit, you can go into what I call can-can. So the hoop's coming around to the front, and you're going to pass it under a leg, lifting up the leg and passing it under the leg. You can do this with one leg and then the other. Practice it also going in both directions. So orbit and can-can blended together. From orbit, you can also go into what I call drinking bird. You're going to pass it around the standing leg, and you're going to lift up the other leg. So I'm leaning forward and passing it behind the knee of the standing leg, and the other leg lifts up, so I can pass it under the lifting leg. And again, practice that in both directions. Play with it, lifting different feet. This next move is really going to move the shoulders and the whole body, and it's called warrior. So you're going to put the hoop in your hand with your thumb pointing backwards. And that's going to be the direction of the way the hoop goes. Your thumb moves in the direction of the hoop, and I'm just taking that hoop down one side of the body and then the other. It slices through the air, and you'll notice that I have to move my body to move my hoop, and my shoulder is really moving. If you do this all with a stiff body and just in the forearm, it doesn't feel very good. Let the whole body be free, and you can switch arms with this. Just passing it to the other hand and letting, again, the thumb lead the direction of the hoop. And I am not gripping dear life on that hoop. It's just hanging in my hand very gently between my thumb and my forefingers. And that is warrior. Okay, so let's go back to orbit and take the move into what's called Wild West. So I'm going to pass the hoop around in front of me. And right now I've got that overhand grip. But I'm going to switch where I'm going to go from overhand, pass it to the other hand in an underhand grip. So it's coming around, and I pass it, and then I can just take that arm right up over my head, and I am moving my body and my shoulder to let that hoop move around my hand. I'm not gripping the hoop, and I have a nice open finger and thumb hold so the hoop can go around my hand. So let your arm be soft and feel how your shoulder is connected to the fingers, and you can switch hands. Just putting your hands in the hoop together and switching hands. And again, you could practice that going in the other direction as well. Okay, so just like a handshake, that's why I call this move the handshake. We're going to move the hand up and down a bit. And again, loose grip, I'm not gripping the hoop, and I'm just taking my arm up and down, and that's giving the momentum to the hoop to go around. And so to start that off, I just have it hanging in my hand, I give it a little shove, and then I start moving my arm up and down. And then you can put both hands in, and you can switch hands, you can switch directions. And again, real soft hand, my arm is moving, so the hoop moves around the arm. So that's some really basic moves. I'm sure there's plenty of fancier hula hoopers on the YouTube that you could check out some videos. But again, these movements are a great way to integrate your awareness of how your body is moving upright instead of just lying on the floor. So have some fun with it. Play with it, look at other videos. This is really basic and just keeping it short and sweet. But movement should be fun. You know, we used to go out and we didn't think we were exercising. We were just playing and having a good time and seeing what we could do. So I'm sure you can come up with some other things to do with your hoop. One of the things that we did in the class was we were doing things that were hoop moves, but then we were blending kind of those traditional gym moves like lunges. You could do squats with it. You could do things like warrior and get into skipping. I mean, just have some fun with it. Don't think there's any rules or regulations, and just have fun. So enjoy, and thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.